So, Dr. Descent, has made me wise to some fucked up document. Let's see, Rand put this out. I'd show you the document and everything, but I don't have a camera with the means to do that, so, mine just points this way. Can't point it this way. It's saying some pretty fucking interesting things. If you want to see it yourself, check out Dr. Descent's video on Chicago. The summary says this. This study asks several questions. First, is a stability police force, SPF, necessary? An SPF is a high-end police force that engages in a range of tasks such as crowd and riot control, special weapons and tactics, SWAT, and investigations of organized criminal groups. It's in its ability to operate in stability operations. It is similar to such European forces as the Italian Carabinieri and French Gendarmerie. Its focus on high-end tasks makes it fundamentally different from UN or other civilian police who deal with more routine law and order functions. It is also different from most military forces, which are generally not trained and experienced to conduct policing tasks in a civilian environment. Second, and if an SPF is necessary, what should it look like? This includes considering such issues as its objectives, tasks, and size, its speed of deployment, its institutional capabilities, where it should be headquartered in the U.S. government, and how it should be staffed, standing force, reserve force, and hybrid force, and its cost. Our conclusions are based on several facts and assumptions. First, it would be optimal to have SPF personnel with civilian police skills, orientation, and perspective do high-end policing. This is because civilian police have more experience working with the civilian population than do military personnel under normal circumstances. Additionally, police skills are created and maintained only by constant use, and only police forces that work daily with civilians can exercise the maximum number of SPF policing functions among the civilian population. Second, we assume that a new agency would be difficult to establish, it would be politically challenging, and face resistance from a range of organizations in the Departments of Justice, Homeland Security, and state currently engaged in policing. Let us hope so. It would need some additional overhead and would take significant time to establish. All personnel and all additional administrative overhead personnel would have to be recruited. Training facilities and programs would have to be created and established rather than modified or expanded, as they would have to be if an SPF becomes part of an existing agency. Third, we assume that stability operations are feasible only when the intervening authorities care a great deal about the outcome, and even then, only in relatively small countries or regions. We limited our SPF size estimates to countries under 20 million for reasons of cost and staffing. Specifically, we assumed that an SPF that cost more than 1 billion per year would be politically unpopular and would be difficult to get funded. Let us hope so. If U.S. policymakers wanted to deploy an SPF to large countries with hostile security environment, there are several options to deal with the shortfall. An SPF size could be increased by augmenting it with additional federal, state, or local police from the United States. An SPF could only be deployed to specific regions or cities in the country. An SPF could be supplemented with high-end police from other countries. An SPF could be supplemented with military police. Or an SPF could be supplemented by local police forces from the host country. If a significantly larger force was feasible, this would make the military option more attractive, as the management challenge for civilian agencies would be larger, which already call for significant expansion of management capabilities. Like, for instance, I'm sure police forces would just love to get their hands on the Barrett 50 caliber rifle, This is me speaking, this isn't the file, but let us be thankful that he upholds Barrett, Ronnie Barrett, is a strong believer in the Constitution and he would not give it to them. So, I'm done reading. I don't want to read anymore, so I'm ending this vid. If you want to check out the file yourself, if what I just read to you from this document scares you, I just check out Dr. Dissent's video. Take a look at the link he's got there and read for yourself. I don't know what else to say.